So ladies and gentlemen, obviously here on the channel I talk about whatever I like, and today we're going to be talking about Elon Musk and Twitter. And if you didn't know, I actually have a Twitter. Follow me at Mr. Reviews, because it's a better place now. It's a better place, and he's cleaning house, and everyone is of course up in arms. In fact, they're crying, and everyone that was like, "Oh, it's a private company, it can do it at once." Now all of a sudden, they don't hold that stance. So we're going to dive into this today. This is, of course, massive layoffs hitting Twitter today. Yes, today. Now, look, I don't want anyone to lose their job, but if you've seen the videos circulating of what a Twitter employee does in a day, they don't have a job. They don't do anything. So I don't care that they're being fired, because it's almost like they're a cancerous tumour on Twitter. They don't do anything. They have a yoga studio. They have wine on tap. They have meditation rooms. What? Have we become so mollycoddled that we need that in our work now? Look, don't get me wrong. Is it good to have those things? Yeah, of course it is. But also, you've got to balance it by doing some actual work. Which the video that went around on TikTok showing what they did, they didn't do anything. They had some meetings. Meetings to do what? What work are you doing in a meeting? Meetings to talk about another meeting, to talk about a future meeting? What is it? What are you doing? Oh, it's ridiculous. And anyway, the more and more information that comes out around Twitter, it just becomes infinitely more apparent that half these people did utterly nothing. So Elon Musk is about to take a hatchet to Twitter's workforce. Apparently half of them are going. Which is interesting, because initially, before Elon Musk was going to buy Twitter, Twitter was going to lay off 25%. Elon Musk came in and said, no, we're going to remove 75%. And then that went back down, and now it's back up to 50%. Crazy. So employees at the platform were told in an email Thursday evening that the company will see massive layoffs Friday, as the billionaire looks to cut down on costs and try to recoup on his $44 billion investment. In the unsigned email, viewed by The Hollywood Reporter, the company wrote that in an effort to place Twitter on a healthy path, we will go through the difficult process of reducing our global workforce on Friday. Adding that, we recognise that this will impact a number of individuals who have made valuable contributions to Twitter and those that have made no contributions to Twitter, but this action is unfortunately necessary to ensure the company's success moving forwards. So the email adds that all employees will be notified via an email to either personal accounts, if they're being let go, or their work accounts, if they will still have a job. Isn't that funny? It's almost like I would have more sympathy if they did work, but these mofos don't do any work at all, so I just don't care. But it's almost like a game show. Ooh, open which box? Which email box will you have? Oh dear. But that's by 9 AM Pacific Standard Time on Friday. All of Twitter's offices will be closed and badge access turned off to help ensure the safety of each employee, as well as Twitter systems and customer data. Basically, we know you don't like us, and we know you're probably going to try and damage stuff on your way out. So you're not going to be allowed. The layoffs come just a week after Musk took control of the platform, firing its top executives. Again, they did nothing. And bringing on board friends and advisors to help him run the company. Twitter has a hefty $13 billion debt load that includes billion-dollar investments, interest payments each year, forcing the company to slim down in order to maximize cash flow. So Musk is also weighing a number of other endeavors, including a revamp of the Twitter Blue subscription service and a reboot of the Vine video platform. Now, the Blue subscription service, everyone's throwing a hissy fit over, because they're like, oh, you can become, verified on Twitter and have a check mark for paying $8. Oh, why have I got to pay? It's like, no, you're not annoyed that you're paying. You're annoyed that anyone can have it. That's, again, it's celebrity versus the plebs. The celebrities get... This is an addictive platform, right? It is proven to be an addictive platform. And celebrities are absolutely addicted to it, as are politicians. And having that blue check mark next to that name, that little verified thing, it adds to their addiction. And they can't stand it when normal people have the option to do it. It's not that they have to pay, it's that you can now pay. That's what they're annoyed with. Which is just disgraceful, really. Of course, laying off staff, reports have pegged the reduction at as low as 25% of staff and as high as 75%. I've heard now it's just half, but right. Will make any product launches or revenue efforts much more challenging. I doubt that. Isn't it funny that the Hollywood Reporter has like more stock in what Twitter does than what Twitter employees do? Twitter employees do absolutely nothing on this platform. They literally do nothing. That video, oh my god, is it just, it's so infuriating. So infuriating. And again, people will be like, well, you're annoyed that, you know, you don't do that. I have a pretty I mean, I work a lot, you know, I was working till midnight last night. But like, I enjoy my life and I like to work. You know, I have a pretty good balance, but I still like to work. I enjoy it. It keeps me busy. You know, and I'm used to working very, very long hours. I used to do a 72-hour working week. I mean, that was shit, basically. But it's it's put me in a really good position to be able to just free flow through work quite nicely and not really care that much about working hours. These people, the most cotton wool wrapped bunch of plebs you've ever seen in your life. Absolutely unequivocally. And everyone crying that they're like, oh, Elon Musk and Twitter and like, shut up. Like, what are you doing? You know, you had that level of control for ages. And what's more egregious is just the level of control that these people had, and now it's gone. The mask comes off and they just can't stand it. They cannot stand it. And the thing is, Musk, as much as he is for free speech, he's also contributed large sums of money to companies, institutions, which actually clamp down on freedom of speech. So he's freedom of speech for sure, but still within relative confines. You know? Which, interestingly, you could say, well, is it actually freedom of speech then at that point? Who knows? But the fact that Twitter is now much more free as a location, as a place to talk, you know, and just sort of posit ideas. And also the hilarious thing, the White House has had to delete a bunch of tweets now because they're being fact-checked. I mean, if that's not hilarious, I don't know what is. Goodness me. Anyway, let me know your thoughts.